Welcome everybody. In today's video I'm going to show a simple strategy that I back tested for 2 weeks and it gave me multiple gains trading Boom 1000 index, not on Crash 1000 index. If you are going to apply this trading strategy, make sure that you are using this strategy on Boom 1000 index because it corresponds a lot. You know as well that sometimes when you find a strategy, you will find out that the strategy is not corresponding to other indexes, eventually whereby you are creating your strategy. For example, just for like this strategy right here, I tested this trading strategy. I created this trading strategy on Boom 1000 index, which means whereby I created the strategy whereby I mixed all the indicators and created the rules for the strategy. That means the strategy is corresponding only on that index, which means this strategy corresponds on Boom 1000 index because it's so simple. It gives you all the bangers. It opens for some spikes. After those spikes, you are going to get all the signals that are printed. So without wasting much time, let me show how you are going to apply this trading strategy. As you can see right here, the only indicators we have only two indicators. We have our parabolic and our francals, right? So how are you going to use both of these indicators to get all the huge bangers, either on uptrends or downtrends? Trust me, this is going to be a huge banger. I'm so excited that I'm dropping this video today. This strategy is super powerful. You can use it all day, but sometimes, you know, when you are trading Boom and Crash index, you have to take some break, right? So let me show how you're going to apply this trading strategy. Let me show you all the rules. The rule number 1 is that we need our parabolic inside the francals. That's our rule number 1. Our rule number 2 says that we need both two francals inside the parabolic. That's our rule number 2. Rule number 3 states that we need to see the parabolic creating another movement showing that we are going to the downside. Here we have our francals inside our parabolic, which is our first rule. Remember, our second rule, we need to see both of the francals inside our parabolic, right? And the last rule, whereby we are going to open our trading position, we need to see this parabolic being created here at the top. Immediately after this first parabolic at the top closes, we open our trading positions. We bang all 5 candlesticks to the downside. As you can see right here, it's either 5 or 7 candlesticks. We bang to the downside. Let me show you another example. You can see another example right here. We have our first francal here inside. Now we need our second francal, which is this one right here. And our last rule states that we need to see the parabolic being created right there at the top. And after it closes, we open our trading positions. Look at this, bang to the downside, getting all those 7 to 5 candlesticks. This is amazing, banger to the downside. Let me show you another one right here. Always keep in mind the rules of the strategy. We have our francals inside the parabolic, which is this is the parabolic right here, the orange one. And inside the orange parabolic, we have 2 francals, which is this francal number 1 here, and we have francal number 2, whereby therefore we waited for this parabolic right here at the top to be created, and we open our trading positions right here, and we bang 5 to 7 candlesticks right here, bang to the downside, getting all those peeps. Let me show another banger right here. For example, as you can see this one here, this was not a tradable trade because of, as you can see right here, we have our parabolic. The rule states that we need to see 2 francals closing below our parabolic, right? That has been closed inside our parabolic and it gave the signal, even though it's a huge banger. But we must always keep the strategy alive. Let me show another example here. You must be very careful when you are using this trading strategy. You must first use it on your demo account to make sure that you understand it better. You can see another one right here with our parabolic. And guess what? We have our francal closing inside our parabolic right here, which is this one, whereby the next one closed outside the parabolic, which means there are no more trading positions. This is another banger right here. You can see the parabolic right here below all the spikes. And guess what? We waited for 2 francals to close inside the parabolic. Make sure that after you see 2 of them closing inside the parabolic, and therefore wait for the parabolic to close right there at the top, and we open the trading position, 5 to 7 candlesticks, bang to the downside, getting all those peeps. Let me show another example here. As you can see, another one right here, we have the first francal closing inside this parabolic right here. The francal closed, and we have another francal that has been closed inside the parabolic. As you can see, this was a huge bang to the downside. After this parabolic has been closed, you open your trading positions right here. You bang 5 to 7 candlesticks to the downside. This was a huge banger all the way to the downside. Let me show another one here. You can see the parabolic right here, and guess what? We were waiting for 2 or more francals to close inside our parabolic, and we open our trading positions, right? You can see francal number 1, francal number 2, francal number 3. 3 of them, they are inside our parabolic, this one here, and we waited for that upper parabolic to be created, and we open our banger here. We open 3 or more candlesticks, and it was a huge bang to the downside. As you can see right here, you open your trading positions. In this position here, you open trading positions and you close more than 5 or 8, and you closed all the bangers to the downside before the spike came in, because I'm saying you're going to close only 5 to 7 candlesticks, and if you can count these parabolics here, they are more than 7, and this was a huge bang to the downside. Let me show another example here. Look at this. This strategy is a huge, massive banger. Look at this. Look how it goes. Look how it shoots to the downside. Look at this. Let me show another one right here. You can see we have our parabolic right here below all the spikes, and the rule says that we need to see 2 or more francals closing inside that parabolic, right? You can see the first one closed, the second one closed. Here you can still count it because it did not even come out of the parabolic, and the parabolic did not even change any of the positions. And after the parabolic closes right there at the top, you open the trading positions, and this was a huge bang to the downside. You bang 5 or 7 candlesticks all the way to the downside. If you are watching this video until this far, make sure you hit that like button. I would appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Now let's have a look on this amazing example here. We have the first francal closed, second francal closed. We waited for that parabolic to come right there at the top and close, and guess what? We open our trading positions and bang to the downside, 5 to 7 candlesticks on our accounts. That was an amazing banger. You can see it right here. We have our parabolic right there, and we waited for 2 francals to close above the parabolic, which is the first francal, second francal, and it came back, and the parabolic came and closed and created another parabolic momentum on the upper trend. As you can see, another one right here. We have our parabolic, and we have the first francal closed, second francal closed, even though if other francals closes, but still if our parabolic is underneath the chart, which means we are not having any problems. Whenever that parabolic is going to be printed on top of the chart, we are going to open our trading positions and bang all those pips. As you can see, this was a huge bang to the downside because of we have the first francal, second francal, even though we have some bonus, we have the third and the fourth francals that have been closed, and we waited for that signal right there and we open our trading positions. This was a huge banger. Let me show another one right here. You can see we have the first francal, the second francal that has been closed, while the parabolic is below the chart, and whenever it came back and gave us another signal that is going to the downside, we open our trading positions. This was a huge banger. You can see that I bring massive strategies. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure you join our Telegram group. Now we have reached the final destination, whereby I'm going to give you all the indicator settings. Go to the F button. For this trading strategy, as I told you, we are going to need only 2 indicators, which is the francals and the parabolic. Make sure you select the francals, keep it on the default settings, press done. Now we need our parabolic. Return back to the F button. Now you're going to select the parabolic. Make sure you take a good screenshot. Actually, these are the default settings. Press done. If you're watching this video until this far, thank you a lot. Make sure that you subscribe. Forex 100 signing out.